Now, if you're like me, you probably hate cardio. I know this is, in my opinion, something boring, something I'm not excited about doing. And if you're watching this video, you can probably relate to me. Now, having said that, even though it's not my favorite thing, and probably not your favorite thing, it doesn't mean that it is not important to keep our heart healthy and to burn a few extra calories here and there. So, in order to make sure that you're getting the recommended 115 minutes of moderate aerobic activity a week, or 75 minutes of higher intensity activity per week, I would recommend that you find something that you enjoy or don't dislike completely. I have three options here where I am staying, where there is a treadmill, the elliptical, and the bike. I don't like either of them, to be honest with you, but I would rather get on the treadmill and walk on an incline for a while listening to music than doing the elliptical or the bike. It is all about preference. I have a client who loves the elliptical, and that's all that he ever wants to do. And I have clients that love the bike. Now, if you don't have access to any of these three, remember you can always go out on the street for a walk or a jog, or you can just get a bike, rent a bike, or use your own bicycle and go for a bike around. You can go swimming, or you can play some sport. If you play basketball, football, you name it, anything that will get you moving and your heart rate up could be a great option. Now, if you're just starting out and you haven't been doing any cardio or aerobic exercise for a while, or if you're overweight, I would really recommend that you start slowly and ease into it. I mentioned the recommendation for 150 minutes a week of moderate physical activity. So that would be the equivalent of 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. You don't have to start at that point. If you haven't been doing anything, you might as well start with just 5 to 10 minutes a day and slowly increase it after a couple of weeks or every week. Add another 5 to 10 minutes till you work up to 15 to 20 minutes each time, and then 20 to 25 up until you get to 30 minutes. Listen to your body. Make sure that you're wearing appropriate shoes for the activity that you're going to choose. Make sure your clothing is appropriate. If you're using your phone for entertainment, make sure that you're not looking down, so that you're not straining your neck by looking down, or with this forward posture, especially if you're on a bike, that you're just not slouching. Keep your shoulders back and down, your abs tight, looking straight ahead. Some pieces of equipment will have a TV monitor, so make sure that it's at eye level. If it is much lower or higher, you don't want to be in that position for that long and then strain your neck and spine in the process. So be mindful of that. In terms of the intensity, if you're just starting out, I would recommend going for a steady state, low intensity cardio, or low intensity steady state cardio. So aiming for a quick warm up, 5 to 10 minutes, starting at a slower pace, a lower intensity, just to get your heart rate to slowly get up, your body temperature to get up, and your joints to get lubricated. So work yourself up to that target intensity. If you're just beginning, I would recommend 65% to 75% of your heart rate max. If you don't know what your heart rate max is, and you don't want to do a VO2 test in a lab, you can just estimate, obviously, with that pretty typical formula that is on a lot of these pieces of equipment, which is 220 minus your age will give you the supposed heart rate max. That number is not accurate, but it could be a good starting point for you to just feel where you're at. You could use also just your heartbeat, your ability to speak, your breathing pattern, and breaking a sweat to know that you're at an intensity where the activity is moderately challenging. It's not just a very easy, slow walk, or you're actually going to feel that your heart rate is going up. It's helping you to break up a sweat, and you can carry on a conversation, but your breath is actually just a little bit more, I guess, difficult to breathe than if you're just sitting in your couch. Now, I would recommend working yourself up to those 30 minutes at that target rate, 65 to 75% of your heart rate max. So let's suppose you're 40 years old, you could just do 220 minus 40 equals 180, being 180 your heart rate max, and using 65% to 75% of that 180, you could use a calculator for that, or just go online and use your watch or heart rate monitor or your phone to make sure that you're within that range. Some pieces of equipment will have those handles that will calculate your heart rate. Remember, none of these numbers, the formula that I mentioned, or these handles, or even the phone or the watch, are 100% reliable in terms of getting a heart rate, but it's just an estimation so that you know that your aerobic efforts are actually paying off, and it's not too easy, and it's not too hard. You may have heard all the benefits of high intensity interval training. However, if you haven't been working out for a while and this is something new for you, I would not recommend jumping into something higher intensity right now, especially if you're overweight or you're carrying a lot of weight or you're risking injuring your knees in the process. So it's better to start slow, ease into it, find something that you enjoy or don't hate the most. I'm just gonna go for the incline on the treadmill for 30 minutes after warming up for 5 to 10 minutes, and with a 5 to 10 minute cool down period. Have my music on so that the time goes by more quickly. You could use a podcast or watch a video, remembering the head positioning if you're watching a video or looking at a screen. Go out on the street if you can, if it's not too cold or if it isn't raining, or just bring your bike out, go play some ball, go swim, just get moving. I know for me it's not fun, but I definitely like the results and the health benefits of doing cardio. So let me know in the comments, what kind of cardio are you going to do this week? How many days are you going to do it? How long are you going to do it for? What heart rate are you going to be at? Drop me a like if you found this video useful, and let's get to it.